So now let's talk about the material variances. So the material variances, here we'll be looking at the sections of the material variances and also the subsections. So I'll explain what I mean by the sections and subsections, right? So the material variances here, it involves me ascertaining the variance in the material price and the material usage variance. So also note that material cost variance, it's more or less like the mother that gave birth to two children. The two children are material price variance and the material usage variance. So the material cost variance here, it's the formula is as thus. It is the standard cost of material minus the actual cost incurred. Or we can further break it down into the budgeted unit times standard price minus into bracket actual unit times the actual price. So that will give us the material cost variance. But here now, it gives you to two children, at least it's divided into two, which is your material price variance. And material price variance here is looking at the difference between the standard price and the actual price of the materials. Thereby, the formula will be the standard price per unit of the material minus actual price, then multiply by the actual quantity. And after that, the material usage variance here is looking at the difference in the usage. The difference in the material we plan to use and the actual materials used in the production process. So thereby, the formula is what? Standard quantity minus actual quantity times standard price. So let me put here material variances. We'll start with material cost variance. The material cost variance here equals to standard quantity times standard price minus actual quantity times actual price. And the next is what? Material price variance. Material price variance here equals to what? The standard price minus actual price times actual quantity. And the next is the material usage variance. Material usage variance here equals to standard quantity minus actual quantity times standard price. Let's look at what causes these variances. The first one is if we're having a favorable material price variance, then these are what could have caused it. The first one is what? Unforeseen discount received. That is when you receive a discount, in the material we want to buy. Definitely you will be buying it at the price lower than what you're supposed to buy it. Right. So in this regard, you would have a favorable material price variance. Also, if you take more time in purchasing the material, then you can also have a favorable material price variance, in the sense that if you take more time, it means that you would own your negotiation skill. You would definitely be able to bid for a lower price, or you would look for cheaper prices. That is, you look for the vendors with cheaper prices, and you buy from them. So that's what taking more time in purchasing. Another one is what? Change in material standard. So that is, you compromise your standard. You went for a lower standard. Thereby, it will be sold for lower prices. So in this regard, it will definitely result in a favorable material price variance. Let's note that. Then the next is what? The adverse variance. So whenever we have adverse material price variance, then it can be caused by the following. Adverse is the opposite of favorable, right? So whenever we're having adverse material price variance, then it means that it's the opposite of what occurred in the favorable that would occur. So that is, in the favorable, we say that when there's discount received. So with discount received, what will be the impact on the price? It will reduce the price. So in this regard, we say that the opposite will be what? The price increase. So when there's a price increase, then we'll surely have what? An adverse material price variance. In favorable material price variance, we say that what? There's an unforeseen discount, right? So the discount received, what would be the impact? It will reduce the prices. It will reduce the prices of our materials. So then the opposite will surely be what? Increase in price. So So when there's an increase in price, then definitely it will result in what? An adverse material price variance. Secondly, the next is what? The careless purchasing. So when there is careless purchasing, then it will definitely mean that we don't take our time to investigate on how we would what buy at a cheaper price. We don't investigate on how we buy at cheaper prices, then it means we just buy, or we don't take our time to to negotiate. So in this case now we would surely incur more than what we plan to incur, and that would result in what? An adverse material price variance. Then also when there's a change in material standard. So earlier I explained how a change in material standard can result in favorable material price variance. Okay, so basically now the change in material standard. So the change in material standard now, if we decide to go for materials with higher standard, we would be paying more for those materials with higher standards. So in that regard, we're paying more for the materials, and it means that we'll be buying the materials at a price higher than what we're supposed to buy. So and that in that case it results in an adverse material price variance. Right, so that's it. So what I said earlier was that the change in material standard now, here's how it would result in an adverse material price variance. So if we decide that we are going for materials with higher quality, so what does that mean? It definitely means that we're paying more for those products. And let's ascertain that, let's say that we've already ascertained that we'll be paying a particular amount for the material. But when we now decide to change and go for material with higher standard, that is, we incur what? Higher cost on those materials, then it means that we're having adverse variance because we incurred more than what we're supposed to incur. So in that case, it will be adverse material price variance. After that, we now have what? Material usage variance. So if it's favorable or adverse now, that's what we want to talk about. So we're having favorable material usage variance if the following occur. One is errors in allocating material to job. That is, we will mistakenly allocate higher amount of materials to the jobs, then definitely it would result in what? A favorable variance, because we'll be thinking that we are spending lesser amount of what? Material on the job, whereas we've already mistakenly allocated what? The wrong quantity to the jobs. So then the next is what? If we are making more effective use of the material. So that is, if more effective use of materials are being done, then in that regard we would surely optimize the usage. So this is what I mean by we would surely optimize the usage, in the sense that we would use it to produce what? More, we use it to produce more products. So thereby our actual output will definitely be greater than what? The standard. In terms of material usage, we're having what? The standard usage minus actual usage. So this is what I'm not trying to explain. The standard usage is that we ascertain that we want to use a particular amount of what? Material. But the actual usage is saying that this is the actual quantity we now eventually used. So if we are making effective use of the material, then it means that we'll be using lower amount of materials, compared to what we plan to use. So that is, if we are making optimum use of material, you can use what? Lower quantity to produce what? Higher output. So in that regard, this would help us to save what? The materials. Then the next is what? Material use of higher quality than standard. So the material that we use now, if it's of higher quality than the standard, it means that we will surely achieve what? The best output. So the material is of good quality, then invariably we can also spend lesser amount of that material. Yeah, and this is how we can spend lesser amount of the material. If you are using a substandard quantity of material, it means that you'll be needing more quantity of that material, so that what you're doing can be superb. And this is what I'm saying. Let's say you are building a particular building, then in this regard, you're using substantial product. Let's say cement, for example. You're using all those entails cement instead of you to buy the normal standard one that we know, all those construction cement. So you're buying entails cement. So in this regard, you'll be needing what? More amount of that substandard cement. You get that? So that what you're doing can be strong. But if you buy the cement with the standard quality, then you just need little for what you want to do. I mean, let's say you want to raise a pillar, so you won't be needing much bags of cement. You just need quite a number. Then what you're doing will be strong. But if you're using substandard, it means you need more of that substandard cement so that what you're doing can be strong. So that's what I mean by we can use lower quantity of material. In that regard, it can result in a favorable material usage variance. So now let's look at the adverse. It can also result in adverse material usage variance due to the following. One, if we have defective material. So that if our material is defective, then it will result in what? Adverse material usage variance. If our material is defective, it means that we won't be able to what? Here now we have defective materials. Definitely saying that we will end up wasting some of them. So thereby we would be incurring more of the materials. We'll be using more of these materials for what we want to do. So using more of these materials here would result in what? Adverse material usage variance. Also, if there is excessive waste, so if there is excessive waste, it means that we will be using more materials for what we want to do, to produce what we want to produce. Also, if there is theft, I said that if there is theft, it means that we would end up using more materials. We'll end up incurring more materials for the production, because the stolen materials now would still account for it as part of what we use for the materials, even though it was stolen. Yeah, so still attributed as part of cost. So then also when there is stricter quality control, alright, so stricter quality control would sieve out some unwanted materials, some materials that do not meet up with the standard. So then thereby we would end up having much materials that are not up to the standard. And also errors in allocating material to jobs. So when we make errors in allocating materials to job, that is, we allocated more material than what we plan to allocate, then in that regard, it will result in an adverse material usage variance. So, and this is it now. Adverse material usage variance basically as well, it means that we're using more materials than what we're supposed to use. So we allocate more materials in error, then this means that we'll be using more of those materials, right, than what we are supposed to have used earlier. Then that is resulting in what? Adverse material usage variance. So let's start with example 1 on material variances. So if our question we have to include the material price variance. So the formula for material price variance is this: standard price minus actual price times actual usage. Then we now have two materials, material A and B. So start with material A, the standard price. So this is it. I told that ABC Limited provides the following information from their records. For making 1 unit of product, the standard requirement is this. So for material A, this is the standard cost card, standard quantity per unit, and the standard price. So here the standard price, this is what 6 naira minus the actual price. In January 2021, under the actual production of materials, so here we have the actual price of 7 naira times actual quantity. So here the actual quantity was 75 kilograms. So multiplied by 75 kilograms, and how much is that? So here's it now. This is material. It says standard price is 6 and the actual price is 7. So which means we spent higher than what we plan to spend. So in that case now we were spent, and that's an adverse variance. So here the answer is 75 adverse. So note that you don't use naira or whatever as the final answer in variance, right? So what you do is what you either represent your answer in adverse or favorable variance. You get, so this is material A, then material B. This is equals to what? The standard price of what? So this is the standard price of 4 naira, which is minus actual price. Actual price is 3 naira. We put it here. Then times actual quantity. So actual quantity here is 50 kilograms. So we put it here times 50 kilograms. So how much is that? So this is 50 favorable. Alright, so that's material price variance, and B, material usage variance. So the material usage variance, you know the formula already. This is the standard quantity minus actual quantity times standard price. So we have it here. We have the standard quantity. This is what. So this is how we get the standard quantity. Here we have what standard quantity per unit, which is 0.8 kilograms. Then we have to produce 100 units. Let's produce 100 units of the product. So here we have standard quantity of 0.8 kilograms times 100 units. Then minus actual quantity, that's 75 kilograms. Then multiply by the standard price. The standard price here is 6 naira per kg. So multiply this by 6 naira. So this will be 80 minus 75 times 6. So what's the answer? So here we're having, and this is how we know it's favorable or adverse. We check how many quantity we plan to use. We plan to use 80, but eventually we end up using 75. So it means we use lesser quantity than what we plan to use. So which means that we were efficient with the usage. So we use lesser quantity for the same output. So this is 30 favorable. That is, it's a favorable variance. So this is the material A. So how about material B? The material B is what? The standard quantity per unit, this is 0.4 kilograms multiplied by how many units of the product we produce? That's 100 units. Yeah, so this is 100 units. Then minus the actual quantity was 50 kilograms in times the standard price. So here's standard price of 4 naira. So multiply by 4 naira. So here 0.4 times 100, that would be 40 minus 50 then times 4. So this will be how much? So this is 40 adverse. So it is adverse because we used more quantity than what we plan to use. So we use 50, which is higher than what? 40. So that's why it's adverse. Now let's go to the C. see what material cost variance. So this material cost variance, the formula is what? This is it. Standard quantity times standard price minus actual quantity times actual price. Right. So here now, we now start with material A and B. Yeah, material A and B. So for material A, the standard quantity is what? So this is it here. We can bring it. You can just copy it from here. Standard quantity is what? 0.8 times 100 units, then times the standard price. So standard price is at 6 naira per kg. Then minus actual quantity, that's what? Actual quantity is 75 kilograms, and actual price is 7 naira. So put it there, 75 kilograms times 7. Then here now we now represent the answer as what? 0.8 times 100 times 6. That's what? That's 480 minus 75 times 7. That's 525. So the answer is how much? So the answer is 45 adverts. Therefore, material B, this would be equals to the standard quantity here we have 0.4 times 100 units. Then the standard price, that's how much? That's 6 naira. I mean the standard price, that's 4 naira. Then minus the actual quantity, that's 50 kilograms times actual price, which is 3. So then that will be equals to 0.4 times 100 times 4. That will give us 160 minus 50 times 3. That will give us 150. So 160 minus 150, that's what? 10 favorable. So here's how you know your answer is correct. We start with the word MPV. So MPV, that's material price variance. Then we have MVV, which is what? Material result variance. And MCV, which is what? Which is material cost variance. Here we start with material A. For material A, the material price variance, that's what? That is 75 adverse. Then the material result variance is 30 favorable. And material cost variance, this is 45 adverse. So we should also represent the adverse by minus. So the adverse you put in minus, which is minus 5, and favorable we put it in positive, which is plus 40 plus 30. So minus 75 plus 30, that will be minus 45, which is 45 adverse. And you can see it here. Then for material B, the material price variance is 50 favorable, then material variance is 40 adverse. So the material cost variance will be 10 favorable. So that's to tell you that the answer is correct. So let's go to example 2. Yeah, take that standard for January to produce 1 unit of Dell laptop is 8 kilograms of material at 15 naira per kg. So this is a standard cost card or standard cost information. So the actual data shows that 120 units of the Dell laptop was produced in January. That's the actual quantity of the product. So 1000 kilograms were purchased and used in producing 20 units of laptop. The 1000 kilogram cost 12,500. So we should calculate material price, usage, and cost variance. So let's start. Material price variance, this is still the formula. It doesn't change. Then our standard price is what? So here the standard price, that would be 15 naira per kg minus the actual price. So here we calculate the actual price. Actual price would be the cost of 12,500 divided by actual quantity of 1,000 kilograms. So this will be 12.5. So consider actual price as 12.5 then times actual quantity. So where actual quantity is what? The 1000 kilograms. So this is how much? 2,500 favorable. So it's 2,500 favorable because we plan to buy the material at 15 naira per kg, but we eventually bought it at 12.5 naira per kg. So which means that we are saving cost. So and that's a favorable variance. Right, so let's proceed. Alright, let's do material variance. So this is the formula for material variance. Then let's solve. So for the standard quantity, this is what it requires 8 kilograms of material per unit times how many units are we producing? That's 120 units of Dell laptops, right? So this is what this is 8 kilograms times 120 units, then minus actual quantity, that's 1000 kilograms, then times standard price. So standard price of 15 naira. So consider 15 naira. So how much is that? This is the 8 kg times 120. That's the standard quantity for the whole 120 units. So that is the standard quantity per unit is 8 kilograms. Then actual quantity, the actual quantity you want to produce 120 units. After minus there, what is next? 8 kg, that's actual quantity. So the actual quantity is 1000 kilograms. And this is it. I said what? 1000 kilograms were purchased and used. So now let's punch our calculators. 8 times 120, that should be 960 minus 1000 times 15. So that will be how much? So that would be 600. So set adverse there. Right, so 600 adverse. So we are using more than the quantity we plan to use. So that's why it's adverse. So we have material cost variance. So this is it. So the material cost variance will be standard quantity, that's 8 kilograms times 120 units. Then times standard price is what? Standard price is 15. Then minus the actual quantity, that's 1000 kilograms, actual price of 12.5. So this will be equals to 8 times 120 times 15 is what? That's 1400 minus 12.5. So this will be how much? So that will be 1900. So 1900 favorable because we incur lesser amount than what we plan to incur. So and we should do 25 minus 600, we will also get 1900. So that's it. So let's quickly do example 3. This is we're told that the standard price to produce 1 gallon of cleanser is 25 liters of material at 55 naira per liter. The actual cost data shows that 25 gallons of cleanser was produced in January 2021. So this is it. We're going to produce 1 gallon of cleanser with 25 liters. That's the standard quantity per unit at 55 naira. So 55 naira is standard price. So then so here we now produce 25 gallons. So that's the actual quantity of product we produce. So then some 700 liters were purchased at 57.5 per liter, but only 650 liters was used. Alright, so in this regard now, our standard, the material price variance, this is it. So then we bring out the computation. Standard price, that is what? That's 55 minus actual price, which is 57.5, and times the actual quantity. So here now the actual quantity of the materials we used is what? This is what? The actual quantity here we used what? 650 liters. That's what we used. So how much is that? So this is 1625 adverse. Okay, we now go to the materials variance. So the materials variance is as such. So the standard quantity, that's what. So we are told that we will use 250 liters of materials and we produce 25 gallons of cleanser. So we do 25 times 25 liters times 25 gallons. Then minus actual quantity, that's what 650, we use 650 liters. Then times standard price. Standard price is 55. So this is 1375 adverse. Then the material cost variance. So the material cost variance, the standard quantity is what? That's 25 liters per unit times 25 gallons times standard price is what? 55. Then minus actual quantity. Here we purchased 700 liters, but we used 650. So the actual quantity we're not talking about is the actual quantity we used. So which means that we'll be having closing inventory anyway. If we purchase 700 and we use 650, we'll be having 50 closing inventory. But what we're actually concerned is what actual quantity used, which is what? The 650 liters, then times actual price, which is what? 57.5. This is 3000 adverse. So with that, we're done with second 3.